My guest is Pastor Roger Robertson, who's the president of the Seventh-day Adventists here in Israel. Roger, thanks for joining us. Now, can you describe where the church headquarters is located?
Church headquarters is located in Jerusalem, of course, and it's actually right in the center of everything, because it was bought in the 1930s, before the city expanded too much. So right now it has a prime location, perfect.
So you're just a few minutes walk from the old city of Jerusalem?
That's right, between 5 and 10 minutes according to your speed.
Okay, great.
So on. It's located right across the road from YMCA, IMCA,
Okay.
as they call it. So it's a famous location, and all the American presidents who come to visit, they stay at King David,
Just around the corner?
Just around the corner.
Yeah. So can you describe for us the Adventist church here in Israel?
Adventist Church in Israel has grown since the 1990s. Before that, we only had some handfuls of members, 76 members before 1990. But due to the fall of communism, people were able to leave the former Soviet Union republics, and many of them came to Israel. So we had a peak in 2003, some 1,140 members. But then they were able to go back to Europe, and many left. So we were down to 700. But now, again, it's growing. And now it's growing in a different way. It's growing nationally here in Israel itself.
Now, when we look at the churches, are they all in one area? Are they distributed widely?
Yeah, the biblical expression, of course, is from Dan to Beersheba, and we are bigger than that because we go all the way down to Eilat.
Okay.
So we're scattered all around, but I guess most of the members are located in the Tel Aviv area.
Right. Now, you have recently established what you are calling Life and Hope Centers. What are these and what are their purpose?
Seventh-day Adventists around the world are known for helping out in communities and helping with education and different things, health programs and so on. And this is really what we're trying to do here. Israel, of course, is a difficult place to work because there's some animosity and some hatred among people groups. And if we can help young people, give them a better education, they'll have a better life, and many of them will stay out of trouble, terrorism and stuff like that. So we're trying to help them pick up languages and get a good job. And of course we're also trying to help people get a better and richer life, health-wise. So we have health programs and we have educational programs, mainly language programs.
Now, we visited one of the centers in Haifa up in the north, and can you describe the location of that center?
Well, I usually say that if I were to look at a map of Haifa and put my finger at a specific spot where I'd like us to get a center, it would be right where it is now. It's at the foot of the Carmel mountain range. You have the Baha'i temple garden coming down, and exactly there at the bottom, that's where we have our center right now. It's a perfect prime location.
Wonderful. And then the center in Nazareth?
The center in Nazareth, we actually have two centers now, which were open, dedicated yesterday. And the one that's downtown, that's also right in the middle of everything. There's one place all tourists go to, and that's the Church of Annunciation.
Yes.
When you come down the road, turn right, then you have our center there. It's right in the middle of everything.
Wonderful. Now, Roger, your interest in Israel goes back a long way. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, as a Christian, I've always been interested in Israel. It's the land of the Bible. But in 1976, I was able to join an archaeological excavation in Israel, in Caesarea actually. And since then, I've been back, I guess, about every second year, doing archaeology on study tours, and it's changed and shaped my life actually.
Now, when I was younger, I used to attend what we called missions in Australia, where the public evangelists would start with an archaeological series of meetings and then they'd move to the Bible. It was kind of like a natural move. Does archaeology prove the Bible?
Archaeology helps illuminate the Bible very often, and you know, I'm not one of those who are trying to prove the Bible out of archaeology, because we are saved by faith,
Right.
and you don't need archaeology in order to believe the Bible. But oftentimes you get much closer to biblical personalities and to the history and to the geography of the Bible, so it's a great help in understanding the Bible and the times in which people lived and so on.
Can you give an example of how archaeology has helped for you to illuminate the Bible or help you better understand some passage of Scripture?
Yeah, it's just visiting City of David, where I've also been excavating. You know, you stand up there, you look down, you have the Kidron Valley, you see it, and you have the whole discussion of King David and Solomon. Did they ever exist, or were they just local chieftains and so on? As you stand there and you start looking at what we have in the City of David now, what's been excavated, it's amazing. Walking down, you can find this huge building, the foundation of it, where people said there was nothing, archaeologists said there was nothing. A famous British archaeologist, Dame Kathleen Kenyon, she was actually knighted for her work in Israel in archaeology, and she was a great archaeologist. They said there's nothing. The palace should be up on top of the city. Nothing has been found. Until Eilat Mazar, Israeli archaeologist, said they have not gone deep enough. I want to go down to bedrock. And that's what she did. Early 2000s, for 3 years, she excavated there. And what did they find? Huge palatial structure. So things sort of fall in place if you're patient enough.
Wonderful. Pastor Robertson, thank you so much for sharing with us today. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you for coming, and welcome back.
Thank you. And viewers at home, please pray for the work here in Israel, the people here in Israel.